Hi, shalom everyone. We're continuing this rabbinic series at the moment. It's actually, from an English date point of view, on the 3rd of June in the year 1828. So we're talking about nearly 200 years ago. We're talking about, to be precise, from time of recording, 196 years ago, since the passing of a chief rabbi in the United Kingdom of the Spanish and Portuguese community, Rabbi Rafael Meldola Z'tl. Let's explore about his history here. I don't think there's much in English language with regards to him, especially from video format. So why not? It's 3rd of June. We are in 3rd of June now at the time of recording. So it's 196 years ago. His actual Hebrew yard site is not actually at the moment. It is actually on the 21st of Sivan, which is, we're talking still about close to just over 3 weeks away from the time of recording at the moment. But since that it's English anniversary and it's British chief rabbi, let's explore with regards to him. He was born actually in the year 1754. He would become a rabbi of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. For the Spanish and Portuguese. He was actually born in Livorno, interesting enough. So let's explore within regards to his family history. He was descended from an old Sephardi family originating in the 13th century from Toledo, which we've spoken about. An area we have spoken about before. Toledo is its city naturally inside Spain, and numbering many rabbis and different great scholars through their generation. So he came from great lineage. He was born, as we said before, in the year 1754 to Moses Xeskia Meldola, Rabbi Moses Xeskia Meldola, who was not just rabbi, he was also a professor of Oriental Studies at the University in Paris, very interesting enough, in Leghorn. And his grandfather was a Chacham in Pisa. Where is Pisa, friends? Over here, a senior rabbi he actually was, which was in central Italy, I believe. Which, very by the Tuscany over there. It's in a specific province over there. So very rich history. So what's interesting is that Rabbi Rafael originally worked as a printer before he received a thorough university training. He was trained universally in theological and in secular studies. Over the course of his study period, he displayed great talents. 15 years old he was able to take a seat inside the rabbinical college in Livorno. Very interesting. Livorno was a port city in the coast, as we said before, of Tuscany region in Italy, and over there was a very big Jewish community. Maybe we should explore in another video at a later stage. He received his smicha, I believe, in the year 1796, actually from Rabbi Chaim Yosef David Azulay, from the Chidah himself, the great rabbi who we've spoken about. It's going to be a great rabbi. I think we dedicated a few videos with regards to that. And in the year 1803, he became a Jewish judge, a dayan, we call that, a rabbinic judge. So that was in the year 1803. So at that stage in time, he was about 49 years of age or something. In 1805, Rabbi Meldola was elected the Chacham, the rabbi of the Spanish and Portuguese Jews of Great Britain. He arrived there following a long journey, naturally from Livorno, on the eve of Rosh Hashanah, reported over. In his first stage, Rabbi Meldola brought a huge energy and embarked on a number of different goals and targets over there. Among them was improved collaboration and cooperation. I think at that time that maybe between the Ashkenazic and Sephardi Jews, there might have not, it wasn't as harmonious as it could have been. So he persuaded the two communities together to set up a joint board for shechita, for example, ritual slaughtering. Another area he took up was to counteract the activities of missionaries. Unfortunately, in those days also there was missionaries, and that was a time period, I think, where the reform movement was gaining some momentum. So he was very much arguing and trying to battle against that. It was reported over. He he actually had a lot of eloquent and dignity when it came to the synagogue prayers itself, and he introduced what has become one of the most distinctive and appreciative qualities of the Spanish and Portuguese service. It's choir. This is what is reported over, and we know now in modern day, just by watching online itself, the beautiful melodies that the Spanish and Portuguese communities, the choir, that they bring very much so all over. As an Italian, notes one biographer, apparently reported over, that Rabbi Meldola had been fond of music and had been the first person to introduce a choir into the London synagogue. He passed away in the year 1828 in London, I think June 1828. One of his last requests was to be buried alongside his predecessor, Rabbi David Nieto, also who was another great rabbi who we will hopefully speak about at a later stage also. He was remembered as very much a kind-hearted man, ever ready to lend a willing, quotes over here, willing ear to tell to people when they were in distress, and to do his utmost to bring assistance when people need. It's quoted over, his name will be associated always for the Bevis Mark Synagogue, the famous synagogue, which is very much is located, I believe, in Aldgate in the city of London, and has so much rich history to it. So there were publications also with regards to him. He was a dominant factor in the British Jewry of his specific generation. He was author of the Korban Mincha in the year 1791 on the duties of the high priest, the Khufat Hatanim. This was in the year 1796, which was an instruction manual to different bridegrooms, Khatan and Kala, and also another publication called the Derech Munah, which was published by his son after his death. He left 10 manuscript works, including an exposition of Jewish doctrine, rites, and beliefs. This was reported over also. He was his great education and scholarship attracted a circle that included some of the great men of his days, including the famous Benjamin Disraeli and Isaac Disraeli also. And it's noteworthy that he opposed a policy which produced a famous rupture between the latter and the Muhammad. Also, which is also very interesting. This is what's quoted over. This was the council of all the elders of the communities of Sephardic Jews, corresponding to the Kahal of the Ashkenazi Jews. Also, he maintained correspondence with many of the prominent Christian clergymen and scholars of that time. He had apparently reported over an acquaintance with the Archbishop of Canterbury and the Canon of Windsor also, which he was reported over. He was even received by King George III also, which is very, very interesting. Okay, so let's explore his family life also for a minute. He married, she would become Rabbanit Stella Bolafi, or Abu Lafia, as we can say. We've spoken about the Abu Lafia family before. I don't know if it's connected to that one. He had 4 sons and 4 daughters. One daughter, Rika, married a famous Chazan David Aaron de Sola, who would later succeed Rav Meldola at the Bevis Mark Synagogue, respectively. Also, he was actually passed away in the 1860 and was born in Amsterdam. Also, other descendants include Rabbi Abraham de Sola of the Spanish and Portuguese Synagogue in Montreal, in Canada. Naturally, also there was also Rabbi Abraham Pereira Mendez, who was a minister of the Toro Synagogue in Newport, Rhode Island, which is also very interesting. Also, Rabbi Henry Pereira Mendez, who became a minister of Congregation of Shevet Israel in New York. There was also Rabbi Frederick de Sola Mendez, also very, very stylish names, became rabbi and author, also an editor. Also Rabbi David de Sola Pool, who was also a minister, rabbi, I believe, at the Sherit Yisrael, and he was also a chemist of Rafael Meldola. So very, very, very great descendants. He had also a very colourful career. Also, very great rabbi, very well travelled also, and very, very highly intelligent. It's nearly 200 years since his passing. It was on June the 3rd. Now, time of recording, it's June the 3rd also. So please, don't forget, we've spoken already about more than 200 rabbis at the moment. Keeping up with this series, please don't forget to watch over all the previous videos. Also, Rabbi Rafael Meldola Z'tl, a famous Spanish-Portuguese chief rabbi in England. Wishing you all a great day and take care.